Hello,
We're on.
is it me you're looking for? Good evening, everyone in television, YouTube, Facebook, wherever you're visiting from. We want to say thank you for joining us. We are in the new year. For those that look at the calendar in a different way, yesterday
First day of spring.
was the first day of spring, and we hit a huge first time in the counting of Louisville, Kentucky, the hottest day on record.
On record. Boy,
It was
hot.
89 degrees
We were
yesterday.
in shorts,
Short-
t-shirts, and sweating yesterday.
And you see we have on
Today,
sweaters.
It is
Pullover sweaters, sweatsuits, all the things that keep you warm.
It's
Welcome
54.
to Louisville. 54. So it did a 40-degree drop. Welcome to Louisville's weather, where it is as bipolar as it gets.
It's like a woman with menopause. A hot flash now and a cold chill later.
Absolutely.
That's
And
how
this
it
is no lie. Like, you come, bring all of your clothes. Winter, summer, spring, and fall.
T-shirt.
all in one day.
All in one day.
Because we had severe thunderstorms last night from the hot heat and
Crazy.
now it's cold.
Crazy. So, guys, as we begin to start this session, as always, we thank you for joining us. We are just some moms with a message, and we like to talk about the pain that comes from lifting our voices with the truth, the reality, and, just the relevance of what this podcast is actually built off of. We want to also give thanks to Miss Rose Smith for just being one of the first voices to advocate in such a way that it has made an impact for other families like ours to have a platform to come and just be together and
heal.
Heal.
We heal together.
Heal together. So from the last visit, Cyndee and I share March 14th. It is her daughter Allie's angelversary, and it's my son Anthony's birthday. And so two opposite ends of life celebrated on the same day or remembered on the same day. We were saying in the car, we always have a pre-conversation, not just about the show, but just catching up, on last Saturday, March 14th, we were able to do kind acts of just being very vocal with celebrating Anthony's life. And we, as a family and a community, went to a local McDonald's and gave out 30 meals in honor of his 30th birthday. And I want to say thank you to both of my sisters. They not only supported me with saying that was a great idea, but they financially made sure that some of those families ate on them. So thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. I really appreciate that. And just to see that it was so foreign to so many in the unrest that we are living in the United States, people question good, kind acts of kindness.
Yeah.
They were like, what? No. They didn't even want to let us come to the window of their car. And then some were like, you want to buy me lunch? And they were moved to tears and invoked to have such an outpouring of gratitude. And so if you are in the Louisville area and you happen to be around the McDonald's on Dixie Highway last Saturday from 2 until like 4 o'clock, you probably saw a group of my family members and community partners out doing that act of kindness, and it did my heart some good on the 14th. How about your day?
I took some time at the very beginning of the day for me, and I had a facial done, and I went and saw a psychic, and then I took a very long nap, and my husband was in the hospital. So from the hospital, I went and had dinner with family and friends to celebrate Allie, to remember her, and just love on each other. because this has been a long 6-year road. And I bought her favorite meal, and it was kind of like an appetizer, and everybody just sat around and really just showed love to each other, support, and
Shout out to Helen.
it was beautiful. We had 3 tables.
When I think about it, and when you are a person that is working your way through grief, you had a very compound layer of a day.
Yes.
You were grieving in real time the absence of your husband to be the companion to you, to help you get through the day. And as you all had to celebrate separately because he was in the hospital and you were there and Allie was gone, and then you still had to be in safe face for everybody that wanted to celebrate with you a lot. And
It was a very compound day.
Compound day.
This whole week has really been with a new diagnosis for my husband, and having to change lifestyles and stuff is. And then today would actually be the day 6 years that I got my daughter's ashes after her cremation. So I'm still going through the process of that.
When you went to pick up the ashes, how did they treat you? Because my son was cremated as well, and Elgina's son. When I went to pick, they say, "Here's your," and just scooted the box that they come in. Yes, everybody, they get their child cremated. They come in a tin box in a plastic bag when you get them back. They don't put
I
them
had
in
a
urn
little
for you.
different. Yeah, they put mine in. My people were amazing. Shout out to Hathaway and Clark.
Okay.
Hathaway and Clark went above and beyond. Anthony is actually one of, in that year, 2015, not to cut you off, 2015, a brand new company that I think they should be millionaires made picture frame portraits with a backing. They had a brass bag, and you put your loved one in there, and it had an encasing. My son was one of 50 that they made, and then they went out of business. So when my brother was cremated, they're not even in existence. So AJ has, he would think it's so dope. I got one of the onlys that. So he's a shoe head. So to know that he is encased in like a dope picture frame that is limited edition would.
Well, Elgina, you had a wonderful experience on the cremation.
Yeah,
part.
they did.
They set Dre in the tin can on the desk, and they said, "Here's your," and they didn't know what to say. And I'm like, if you're in the funeral home business, you should be more compassionate.
Yeah.
I was like, that's my son. Give him here. And when I picked it up, I did not realize ashes weighed a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I watched a video before we actually did the procedure because I'm like, my perfect son. The only thing that's wrong with him is these holes in his body that took the breath out of him, and he's no longer alive. So I wanted to know, and they said, a full, adult person can weigh up to, 10 pounds. And bones.
Actually, my mother, Dre's grandmother, bought his urn, and we got an extra large. Dre all didn't fit in there. So I have some little ashes extra that I'm going to make some necklaces and some charms.
I had to buy everything. The lady said I had the hugest order that they've ever had because I wanted every crumb of my son. I wasn't leaving a piece of him there if I could help it.
That's how I did with the extra.
Yeah.
I still have that. And it sounds weird, the extra parts of him, but
We bought over $7,000 worth of product from them because I'm like, my son was 130 pounds. He's puny. Why is it so much?
Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah. Again, mine was during COVID, so and then it really was, everything was really shut down because it was, 9 days in, everybody was really shutting everything down. And so I met them outside, and they handed me my baby. But she was in the urn that I had picked.
So they already did that for you? Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, they didn't do that for me.
Where you was at? What was the funeral home?
It was in Elizabethtown.
Okay.
I don't want to even shout them out.
Absolutely.
That's a long story with that.
Well, you know who you are.
That's right. I would say the funeral home was amazing for us. They had actually done my grandmother and my Aunt Brenda and stuff before my daughter. So
to that point,
yeah,
when you have a relationship with, and I can't highly recommend it. Like, I didn't have a funeral home. So a good girlfriend of mine that does business like I first of all, I'm 37 years old. What the heck am I doing planning a funeral, right?
For your child.
For my child.
Right.
So I didn't know what funeral home to use, and I ain't got no funeral home friends. You know what I mean?
I went to his father's side of the family, and they used this. So they'd done several aunties, his grandparents, and stuff. So I just went along and went there because I didn't know what to do. Like, I really did not know where to go, what to do. And you have to make these decisions so quick.
Yeah.
So I went ahead with the families, not my personal family, because we're buried in Tennessee, and I was not going to have my son buried because we moved around too much, and he's coming with me. So we used the other side of the family's funeral home. Overall, they were professional, but the way they gave me back Dre was not professional. Like, here's your you couldn't even say son, child. Here's your yeah, that's my baby. Give him here.
I guess
he is in his urn now.
I think everybody was just as sad as I was when they had to hand me the urn.
Yep.
And I'm thankful for Jimmy, my other half, because I asked him, can you put Dre's ashes in this urn for me?
He did it.
He did it for me. He's like, yeah. And I'm like, I can't be sitting next to you when you're doing this. Like, and I didn't really trust anybody else. I did not know y'all. I didn't trust anybody else with his ashes.
Absolutely.
Because I was going to see
you
the
about
box.
to make me cry.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't open it. Who wants to pour their child?
Absolutely.
But
can I just
he
say,
did good.
I understand. Girl, AJ's bag came loose. And we had to take it to a frame place, and some of his crumbs came out on the counter. I busted out in tears, and the man is like, oh my God. I was like, get my son, get my baby. Honey, them ashes have you come undone.
I had a moment where I just wanted to hold my daughter, and I actually took the ashes out of the urn. And the urn that I have she was quite tight in there, so I couldn't put it back in myself. So now she's sitting in my dad's urn with him.
Oh.
Her urn's still sitting there because it's a beautiful sunset on the beach, which was, she actually sent me that picture 2 weeks prior to her dying. And it was the exact same picture.
Oh my gosh.
So, yeah, I don't know.
with Dre, when I went to go hug him, I got the urn super glue, Gorilla Glue. It's not going to come open. I just hugged the urn and held him and go put on one of his hoodies. And
it wasn't enough. I tried holding just the urn, and it wasn't
it's
enough.
Never
like I
I
just needed to hold her, and I felt.
My son
and then
was
when I opened it,
215 pounds,
Okay.
6'3". Holding a urn is not the same as holding your big baby.
It ain't. Let me tell y'all, like, so many nights I've caught myself at that picture frame just glazing into his eyes. Like, having the picture is great because I'm not staring at, what is it called, a headstone or anything.
Headstone.
But he's behind this picture frame, and that's not normal to your psyche. Our kids are in a jar. Our kids are in a bag. You know what I mean? Like,
And
whoa.
some of our children, not us three, but some of our members, our kids are in the ground.
In the ground.
And I couldn't do that decision,
couldn't do it.
being that we moved a lot. And I don't like how I live in the city now. They disrespect the graveyards.
They do.
Now, where I'm from in Tennessee, there's a decoration day every Sunday where people go and decorate. There's always decorations on the grave. There's always somebody cleaning up. There is some small petty theft. It's going to happen anywhere. But when you go down south, the graveyards are beautiful.
Immaculate. So is Hawaii. Hawaii, they sit. They have a day with the dead. They sit and bring their favorite meal and love on them as if they were present. And the respect for United States' life of the deceased loved one. The people that run the grounds don't keep the grass up. I would have come undone completely. After you wait for 3 years to get a headstone.
Yeah.
They're running them over with the lawnmowers. They're accidentally chopping off pieces with the weed eaters. They're not cutting the grass, and it's growing up all over top. I would have come undone. So for every family member that has had to go visit their
Endure.
loved one and it wasn't decent for you to see them in that condition, our hearts go out to you.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So I think the hardest thing is with the season changing, because you get to have that excuse that you're not as mobile and going outside and doing all the things that you would normally do, because your excuse is it's cold out there, the weather's bad, and I don't have to be out in those streets doing anything. So for a lot of the times, it's okay to decline being where you really don't want to be. But now that the weather is better and we are done with our cabin fever and we are able to go outside and it's vitamin D season, and it's a shock to our system. Like, whoa. Like yesterday literally was a shock to everybody in Louisville, Kentucky, because it had never been that warm in March before in our life. And so everybody had tank tops and flip flops on. But now,
Sundresses, because that's what I had on.
I still kept on jeans, but I had on a t-shirt because I knew it was still March.
Yeah.
And I'm from
March
the old
Madness.
school. March Madness, you dress what season it is. In spring, you still need a jacket or a sweater or some
absolutely.
pants. But I enjoyed the sunset.
It was so pretty.
I took my puppy on a walk.
That's how
beautiful.
grief is. Grief will give you a good day and then it's back to the bull. Y'all agree?
Absolutely.
You have wonderful days.
Wonderful days. Like everything is okay. And we hope for that same thing to be a copy and paste on the next day, and it's 40 degrees different.
Okay.
Yeah.
Literally.
Okay.
And so this afternoon, if you're in the Louisville area and you happen to catch this replay before the hour of 7:30, we're going to be in person doing a healing board experience. And what that is totally different from a vision board, because a vision board, you're predicting, you're manifesting what you want your future to look like. Well, healing board party is totally different because you're healing from your past. See how different it is? Future and past. So what we need to do when we are in a healing board experience is bring the past up to the future, so that we, up to the present, so we can even think about the future. So if that is something that you're interested in doing, we know that arts and crafts, especially working with your hands, gets a lot of the grief out of your system. And so we're going to learn what our coping tools look like for us. Each individual is unique, and we're going to all need or want something differently. Maybe similar, but not at the same time or at the same speed. So tonight should be very interesting. We do art therapy. We do physical therapy where we actually move our bodies. We do mental therapy where we actually do mindful moments. You should come and consider joining us every other Monday. We are at Ace Way. It's an amazing gathering of like-minded individuals that are on a journey towards well, because we want to do this new journey not bitter. There's no way that you can keep the state of bitter every day and not think it's going to affect you physically. You're going to see that the dis-ease causes disease. I'm going to say it one more time for the ones that were just barely listening. If you keep the dis-ease, it's going to cause a disease. And you're going to deal with diabetes, cancer, all of the
Heart
things,
failure,
heart
heart
failure, that internal grieving and not being real with yourself. Because if you don't deal with your grief will deal with you. It'll make you have that time out. Because if you don't like sitting with yourself, you're going to get a time out.
And
We'll
with,
make sure of it.
This session, being that it's spring and things are coming to life, some of the things that are helping me, I am definitely keeping it and moving forward. But what I love about our groups, I can take random ideas and turn them into my own. Just random things. So I want to incorporate something to help me, something new to help me get through the new year. And one of the things I've had, when people say negative things to you, we tendency to say it back. Oh, Cyndee, you got on blue. I don't like that blue. And she might turn around, well, I don't like flowers. And, instead of going back and forth, when you say something negative to me now, which I'm going to try, I will say, may God bless you.
Wow.
Just throwing you back
Absolutely.
something nice instead of tit for tat, because I'm a Scorpio.
I'm a Scorpio.
We can go tit for tat all day.
And we are the pettiest of petty. When we want to recede and sting, oh, it's bad.
And I'm trying to get out of that negative Scorpio energy.
Absolutely.
Because I have both in me. Because you have positive and negative.
Absolutely.
But I'm trying to more focus. So when you say something mean to me, I might just tell you, bless your heart.
Bless your heart. And you know what?
And walk away.
That is exactly. I don't have the capacity to go rounds with people after the loss of so many of my loved ones and my son being on the top of the pile. I look at life totally different. If you got a problem, it is yours. You cannot make it mine. I don't want it. And so I have set my attitude towards gratitude. I'm going to find something positive and real in a way that it's not fake or I'm trying to, be doing too much. I'm going to be like, you know what? I know that person is having a bad day because I'm going to go off of what I actually know. If you've always been that way, then you have to trust and believe that person has a root cause of why they're that way.
Right.
And guess what I get to do? I get to not be around you.
Right.
I get to choose that.
And
you're not the energy for me.
Hurt people.
Absolutely.
Misery loves company. Mm-hmm. I had posted something on social media about my other son. And I had some negative comments about him. So social media is social media.
It is.
But it still bothered me because you're speaking on my son. I could have went in a whole rant. Why'd you do this? And started going back. I politely deleted her comment and just kept moving. Mm-hmm. Didn't even say nothing to her. Didn't even acknowledge that it was there. As soon as I saw it, thankfully it was like 5 minutes after I posted it, so the whole world didn't see it. But I just removed the comment. Don't have time for your negative energy. Don't speak of my children. Don't speak negatively towards me. Like, I don't really do anything evil to anybody.
Right.
So we are very close to coming to a closing spot for this session. I'd like to thank my co-hosts. We are all on this panel as equals, and everything that we share out is necessary. If it comes out of Sydney's mouth, I hear it. If it comes out of Lisa's mouth, I hear it.
If it
in
comes
real
out of her
time.
mouth, we hear it.
Real time. Like, we have so many valuable nuggets amongst the three of us that I think that this podcast can do nothing but grow and move forward with information, resources, and tools. Now, where we need your help is by taking and sharing this out and also giving the information to another person that you know that is in a state where they need companionship to get through the hard days. The beautiful thing about us being pre-recorded means you can stop, pause, and play at your own leisure. So there's no reason why you have to run to the TV because it's on right now. We are always available. Even after we're gone, we're still present with you. So leave your comments. When we go to the page, we look at those. Lisa's very, very good at making sure that we acknowledge that we have visitors from all over.
I want to shout out to all of our new visitors. Because last time we was at 19. Mm-hmm. We have moved up, I think it is 39.
Congratulations 39. To those that have joined us. Thank you.
Shout out to you all. So what you do, you tell your friend to subscribe to that you're listening to a very interesting podcast. You actually grab your mate's phone, like I said before, to say, hey, let's go to YouTube. Let's subscribe to this.
This is a great way.
We're trying to grow. Yeah, sorry.
No, this is a great way to do grief with somebody. Say, hey, you got 30 minutes? You want to sit and watch a group of moms that have a message that are advocating for what it looks like to live in real life situations after grief and not be bitter about it. There's some helpful tools that I also want to start sharing out, resources that where we get our support from. I do a lot of self-work. I make sure that what I'm believing that is working for me, I research it. I don't give anybody just popcorn information. It wasn't just popped 30 minutes ago. I've sit with it. This is soup. This is a stew. It takes a long time to get something very tender to taste delicious. You know what I mean? We have to change our appetite about how we digest grief. And my appetite for grief is gonna always be that ain't my favorite, like okra or something. But if it's healthy for you, I'm willing to change my palate for it, right? Because what's sweet, sometimes it's substance abuses, sometimes it's shopping addiction, sometimes it's sitting in overindulging in unhealthy behaviors. But what's going to make you healthy and what's going to have you to continue to be the advocating voice in love and memory of your loved one. So we have to be healthy mentally, physically, and if you are a believer, spiritually. Because somebody has to trust that they can be okay. And so that's why we're here. We're letting you know it's not easy. It has obstacles, but we're willing every day to start the replay, to hit the button, to start the play all over again. We're in it to win. We're not in it to quit. We're not in it to
I'm in it to heal because Elgina has met me from day one. And I would listen to her. I wouldn't say anything. I'd sit back and cry. One day she said, if you can show up for yourself 1 hour a week, then I started adding 1 hour every 2 weeks. Oh, that's only 24 hours in a day. Let me make these meetings because I need this. And from her just saying that and something ignited in my brain, I made sure ever since then, I think I've only missed one meeting since she said that.
Wow.
And this helps me greatly. Because without... So that's why I'm able to pass it on. Some of my friends who have lost children, I'm like, hey, it's okay to be okay. It's okay, to feel how you feel. We're not going to sit in depression. No. We're going to try to do something. Try to do something good every day. Do right every day.
Do right every day. I also always compare our grief support in a different way. We're not like an AA. We're not some weight loss, where you go and somebody's drilling you or telling you where the mark is.
Do it this way, right?
Yeah, nobody's doing that. We're all saying, come as you are. What you're able to do, you're doing it for you. Just show up for yourself. We are the most unorthodox set of grievers because I'm an out-of-the-box thinker. I like to be creative. I like to work with my hands. I like to see evidence. And we are working as a unit. Everybody is necessary for the betterment of what it looks like for my healing story and for their healing story. So I know that we're coming to time. Cyndee, you got some numbers for us this week?
Always. So we have 994 shot spotters. And I'm sorry, but this number is really... So out of that, we have non-fatal shootings. We're up to 45. And I just want to take a moment to shout out, give prayers, and be with Roman Costa, his mama, Amanda, and his daddy, Chucky, and the rest of their family. My heart is with you guys, and if you all watch this is an invitation that the doors are open for you all.
Absolutely, 100%.
As well. Let me go back to the numbers because it's been a hard week, and when your family gets affected like you, it doesn't make it.
I was gonna say, as
easier.
you can see, her just reading numbers was emotional. So
and we
we
can
have moments.
yeah, we can have two realities sitting at the same seat at the same table.
It's when it just keeps getting closer and closer back to home. So I don't even know
While
what
you're
to
doing
say.
that, for those that are in the Louisville area, I'm still in the celebration mode. My son would have been 30 years old as of March the 14th, and in his honor, we are going to celebrate 30 young men prayerfully. The number keeps fluctuating because families cannot believe that this kind of gratitude is real, and so my family is doing a small documentary of just evidence that community still works and there's chivalry still in this world and there's still good people that want to help. I've just had a eye-opening experience that it really does take a village to raise these kids. It really takes a village to raise these kids. It really takes a village to raise these kids. Even if you got it financially, you need support. Even if you got support, you need financial help. Even if you have financial and support, you just need some partners, some companions, some play date people, some responsible other parents that can lift the load. Everybody can do their part. Now, is everybody allowed to be around your kid or in your kid's life? No. But there are so many organizations, there's so many good people that have empty programs because people will not invest their time in making sure that their child is supported in the way that they need. So we leave a lot of gap open for curiosity and chaos. They're cousins.
Yeah.
Curiosity says, oh, let's go throw rocks. And then somebody has a busted out window. Oh, I know where my dad's gun is and somebody shot. Mm-hmm. Curiosity leaves the door open for chaos. Let's make sure that this spring break and this upcoming summer break that you have your kids in a safe program or you have a planned out summer and spring for them so that curiosity is not the chaos that you're going to be living through.
And please watch their social medias because I've already been seeing posts about these young children going to do damage or hurtful things at Thunder over Louisville. If you know, in Louisville, Kentucky, that's the biggest fireworks display in the United States before our Derby season. It's the beginning of our Kentucky Derby season. I've seen on Facebook already, and it's shared from other Instagram and all the other stuff that they're using. They're going to just start shooting at the festival. Like, watch what your children are doing.
And who they're
And
with.
who they're
Yes.
with.
No,
You know where your child
when,
is?
how, why.
It's
Guilty
not
by
being
association.
No, it's not being
That's what the
mean.
judge
It's
is
being
gonna
a
say.
parent. It's being a parent. If your child picks up their phone and types, we're going to shoot at this place. You need to check their phones.
You're just as responsible.
You're just as responsible. And
They're
the
your
judge
child.
is not going to handle the case any lighter because they're going to say guilty by association.
And then also, they can also go off and do it. So it's 50-50 blaming the parent, but just the ones, please watch your children's phones and what they're saying and doing. You know your child better than anybody else. You had them.
And you know what? If you're paying the bill, you can make the rules. You can say how much talk time, how much screen time, how much, I put your location on.
My youngest son is 20, going to be 26
That was
years
a
old.
rule in my house that if my children had phones, they had to have their
Location on.
Location on. They had to always answer our phone calls
Yep.
or our text messages, and if they didn't, they got grounded from their phones. It was a rule.
It's a rule.
And we had to have we needed your code to get in because we get to look and see what you're doing. And if it's not what we like, you don't get your phone.
Like I was saying, my youngest son, well, he's 25, going to be 26. He lives on his own, out of state. He posted something on social media. I was instantly, take that down now. And what he do? He took it down. Did he put it on other platforms that I don't have? I don't know. But
I can't worry about that,
I can't
but-
worry about what I saw my son saying. Did not sit right with me. Take that off now.
Absolutely, because this is the thing, parents. Our children are a representation of us. And they're not going to say, oh, that child did a bad job raising themselves, they're going to say you did a bad job raising them. And guess what? Your argument and your defense is all the proof that you had them in a program. You kept them in academics, excellence. You had rules and a set time for them to have bedtime and being outside. That's going to be the judge and jury. Your heart's going to know that you did all that you can do. I do not have one piece of guilt in my heart about my son. You know why? Because I know that we lived the 5 P's. Proper planning prevents poor performance. What happened in that incident on February the 7th, 2015 had nothing to do with me. That's going to be a conversation that he, God, and I have to have when it's my time. But for right now, I'm not being religious, but it says it rains on the just as well as the unjust. So I'm one of those testimonies that's going to stick with, he was in the wrong place at the wrong time for the wrong reason, I'm going to always say. But for the testimony and now the legacy that I have to uphold, you don't want this for yourself. Make for positive that you do all that you can to support that child, because what a child sees, it lives. If it sees you more interested in other things than them, they're going to find somebody that's interested in them. Yet it be a gang, some other partner that may not meet them no good, because hurt people. They're going to migrate to another hurt person.
Right. I love what my son said also. I guess it's all about you today, Adrian. That's Father's Day.
Hey, listen.
He told somebody, well, your mama must not raise you right. He said, hey, hold up. My mama raised me great. I chose to do wrong on my own.
Come on, defend it.
He said, I chose. He's like, you're not going to talk about my mom. My mom right now would probably be smacking me upside the head or something. I chose to do wrong on my own. Can't nobody blame my mother.
Good job.
Shout out to you, Adrian.
Yeah, Adrian.
Okay.
Good job.
So,
And then just to end up the homicides from 2026 to now, beginning of 2026 to now, is 17.
17 homicides.
And we're only 2.5 months.
2.5 months.
3.5 months and 3.5. No, it's only 2.5 months. January, February,
March.
and half of March.
2.5 months.
We have a victim that was 13.
13.
One of our recent victims in our news was 13 years old.
And then I have a good girlfriend, and I haven't spoke about this publicly at all because there's a lot of assumptions and growing allegations and huge emotions around her passing. Allegedly, she had her life completed by a gun wound from her husband's gun. We were high school, middle school, and elementary friends. And for her family, my heart goes out to you. I will not say her name because I respect her legacy that she has built from the ground up. She was a viable asset to our community. She was a loving and compassionate family member, and she is a trusted and dear friend. And for her life to come to a complete off of the back of the worst kind of betrayal. Can we just have a moment of silence for the ones that were not supposed to be gone in this way?
The ones who have been affected because of these actions.
Because of somebody's untreated emotional outbursts. Get help. This is Mental Health Awareness Month. We're in the last days of March, but guess what? As a woman, it's also Women Empowerment Month. We want you to know that all three of us are voices that are going to advocate for mental health, for making sure that you do right by others every day, and that we want to be better and not bitter. And if any of that is out of alignment, get you some help. Talk to somebody. Don't try to do grief alone. There is a community that wants to support you. The number is 888 if you're feeling suicidal. There's a 411 that has information for resources, information, and tools. You can call Ace Healing Project. The number, I'm not sure if we'll make sure that we get it in the comments. If you want to set up a personal session where you just need somebody to talk it out with, we have trained and licensed professionals. So,
And the meetings we go to, it's just not us sitting around a bunch of women just chit chatting. Oh, hey, how you been?
we're not trauma bonding.
No, we're not trauma bonding. We are actually moving forward. Or our facilitator, who most of the time is Elgina. Shout out to you. Thank you for doing that. She gives us ideas to help move forward, to help with our depression, to help with, just dealing with life.
And you have to have a lived experience with grief for others to understand that you're not just prescribing them something that you've never had a dose of yourself.
Right, you're not.
And the beautiful thing about it is we're all co-survivors.
She's not reading this out of a book.
I'm not.
What it says, do
No.
this, and this, and you will feel better. No, that don't work.
I'm
Gina
11
says,
years
go hug a
hard.
tree, go outside and ground, go inside, be by yourself for a while. So, and she's
How to
done this,
breathe.
and it's worked for her, so she's sharing it with us.
11
All the
years the
different
hard
ways.
ways. Got a PhD in pain. So says Miss Rose.
Well, before we end this, I also want to talk a little bit about some of the contests and things that Less is More is doing.
Yeah.
They are doing a contest for children 10 to 18 to create digital content speaking out against gun violence in Louisville. There is a total of $5,000 in prizes, and the deadline is April 30th. You can find all the information that you need at joinlessismore.org, and we will definitely put that down. So if you have any children from 10 to 18 that, and we're talking, they can do drawings, they can do music, they can, however they want to speak art-wise into content, they can use, and then just send it in. And if you're first, second, or third place, you'll win big monies. And then there will be 10 other ones that will get like a $50 gift card. So again, that is joinlessismore.org, and the deadline is April 30th. And then with the same group, Less is More, I am doing a banner to bring awareness to the effects that it has on the families and the communities. And this banner will name the names, and it will also have a story from their family that shows the impact and the effect that it had on them. And I will be advertising this and voicing it for the next couple of months so that we can get it started, and I can get some stories and some names so we can get the banner. There's too many people for not everybody's name to be on this banner.
Absolutely.
I'm talking 30, 40 years ago, if your family member was murdered and
You
there's
feel
a story.
forgotten. Yeah.
You have a story, and
not
you're not
forgotten.
forgotten.
You're not forgotten.
Yeah, I'll
There's no expiration date on
Absolutely.
the life and the legacy of your loved one.
so
And
those are the two
something you
things
just
that I'm
said
working on.
about the children writing. Could I just want to ask you, adults, be mindful what you say around the children when it's their parent who got murdered. I was in a situation where the little girl's father had been murdered. Her own family members said, well, he was a gangbanger anyway. He deserved it.
Not to her. That was her dad.
That was her father. So she's thinking in her mind now, the gangbangers deserve it. So if she picks up a gun and goes, kills him, you've basically told her it's okay, and it's not okay.
And that's cyclical behavior that we're really trying to disarm. We're in a state of unrest as it is. There's so many political things that are not in our favor at this exact moment, to where we don't need our neighbors and our family members having internal turmoil. So if you can be the peace, if you can be the mediator, if you can be the reasonable, person in the room, practice being patient, practice being kind, practice gratitude so that what a child sees, it lives. If you don't show a child how to problem solve and do critical thinking and work through uncomfortable situations, you're going to have a hostile adult, teenager. You're going to have somebody that throws tantrums, and when they don't get their way, they hurt other people. So let's do our job internally so externally we can get the reward of hearing that is such a pleasant child that you're raising. That is a very, very good girl or boy that you have. Because when the news reporter comes, they're going to say, so, Mom, you had to know that your child had, this or that going on. And it's going to be you, your thoughts, and the truth that have to sift through that whole stint when you're sitting in the courtroom trying to fight back the tears because you saw little things and you just let it go. If you are the parent with the child with the problem, speak out about it so that you can get some help.
Because your words mean a lot. Watch how you speak unto these children. Don't see a group of children playing and, there's some little heathens.
Yeah.
No, they might be because...
You're casting a spell every time that you
I
say
saw
something
a wonderful child in the park yesterday. Didn't know him. He came up to play with me and my puppy. And then he ran off and he came back and brought me some flowers. That boy was just awesome. I wish I knew his name. I wish I knew who he was.
And it just made your day.
It made my day.
like
This little
that.
boy who did not know me asked about my puppy and then ran off and came back and brought me some flowers. That made my day. So shout out to his parents who raised him. Good job.
Well, that's our time. I'm Elgina Smith. I'm Anthony Drum Smith's mother. I always like to leave you with, I'm building a legacy. This 30-year mark of his life, we're doing Lace Louisville with Love. And so my thing is that I do it for love and legacy, and I'm doing it because I promised at the casket that I would be better, not bitter.
Shout out.
I'm Cyndee, Alexandria's mother. And I live every day and not just, I'm trying to live every day and not just survive. I'm trying to laugh because it's contagious and healing. And I'm trying to love everyone, including myself.
And I'm Lisa. I'm Dre's mom, Andre DeVille Scott Jr. He'll be like, Mom, I'm Dre. And I just want you to do right every day. It doesn't cost anything. Just do something right.
That's
Thank
it.
you.
Thank you, guys.
Next time.